Hi, everyone. My name is Nate Miner, coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. Excited to provide you some pre-show entertainment music before your MPI Potomac chapter end-of-the-year celebration. I'm going to play a few songs for you, all of which you should probably know, and then we'll get to the program. So sing along with the songs if you know. Here we go. Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up. The world got still. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Ooh. Well, some say life will beat you down, break your heart, steal your crown. So I started out for God knows where. I guess I'll know when I get there. Learning to fly around the clouds, but what goes up must come down. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. All right, here's a 90s tune for you. Finally I figured out, but it took a long, long time. And now there's a turnabout, maybe because I'm trying. There's been times I'm so confused, all my roads they lead you, just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you, wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can do enough to prove it's all for you. seen it all. It's been a long, long time. But then we'll trip and fall, wondering if I'm blind. There's been times I'm so confused. All my roads that lead to you, just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can do enough to prove it's all for you. Rain comes pouring down, falling from blue skies. Words without a sound, coming for your eyes. Finally I figured out, but it took a long, long time. And now there's a turnabout, maybe because I'm trying. There's been times I'm so confused. On my roads they lead to you, just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can do enough to prove it's all for you. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can do enough to prove it's all for you. Oh, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, yeah, it's all for you. Thanks. All right, once again, my name is Nate Miner, coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. You can find me on social media at Nate Miner Music, Miner spelled M-I-N-E-R, like the coal miner. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, or my website is nateminermusic.com. Before we keep going, I want to read a couple shout-outs from the MPI Potomac board. Here we go. Way to go, CMP team, for adding a virtual class this spring and summer. Good luck to all on the test. Hats off to the membership team. MPI Potomac is the largest chapter globally. That's amazing. Good for you all. Lastly, engagement of our members is over the top. Over 15% of the chapter members are on committees. There's always room for more. I'll join. Why not? What's a good committee for me to join? All right. Next one I've got for you is probably the newest song on the list. It's by Ed Sheeran. Hope you enjoy. When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you until we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just a touch of a hand. For me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just want to tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, oh, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow on its evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's a part of a plan. Well, I just keep on making the same mistakes and hoping that you'll understand that, baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. La 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 la. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are. All right. When I was a young boy, said put away those young boy ways. Now that I'm getting older, so much older, said I long for those young boy days with a girl like you, with a girl like you. Lord knows there are things we can do, baby, just me and you. Come on, make it up, it hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel should. You make it hurt so good. I ain't talking no big deal. I ain't made no plans for myself. I ain't talking no high heels. Maybe we could walk around all day long. Say walk around all day long. Oh yeah, it hurts so good. Come on baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. It hurts so good. Come on baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good. All right, this is going to be my last song. Once again, my name is Nate Miner. You can find me on social media at Nate Miner Music. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the MPI board for sending me your song requests. The program's going to begin right after this song, but before I start, I want to give a few final shout-outs from the MPI board. Our professional development team took us to great heights, bringing us to 7 hours of certified education credit hours. Wowzer. There is never a time you will not hear from MPI Potomac. Our tweets, posts, and e-blasts tell our story and engage our industry. The last and final hurrah, MPI Potomac is an inclusive community of meeting professionals who embrace learning, collaboration, and your development. Our diversity and inclusion team works tirelessly to ensure all feel welcome. Excellent. Again, thank you so much for having me. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Don't you feel it growing day by day? People get ready for the news. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, we gotta let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Oh, now mama's gone to after a while. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time. Everything I say, meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and we'll dance. Oh, we're gonna dance the blues away. And if I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can't do or say. Feeling good, feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time. Lazy flowing river, surrounding castles in the sky. And
and the crowd is growing bigger. Listen for a happy sound and got to let them fly. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time.
All right. Thanks again for having me. Have a great night, everyone. Take it away, Cheryl.
Welcome. Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have caught me in my quarantine attire. No mask is required tonight. And you know what? Let's get out of this quarantine attire. Come on, it's a celebration. We're here to celebrate MPI's Potomac chapter end of the year. Let's celebrate our volunteers. Let's celebrate our leaders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But first, come on, did Nate Miner do that? At Nate Miner Music, all social media platforms. Call Nate, tell him Cheryl sent you. All right, we are so thrilled you can join us to celebrate MPI's Potomac end of the year. While of course we would have loved to be in person for this occasion, we really want to thank Prestige AV and Creative Services for partnering with us to bring us into your home so that we can practice social distancing. All right, while you may see me in a few costume outfit changes, join me. Come on, change up your look. We're here to celebrate meetings and hospitality. Guess what? Again, no mask is required. Our plan for our time together tonight, we're going to thank our leaders. We're going to celebrate all of our accomplishments, and we're going to welcome the incoming leaders. Come on. New fiscal year starts when? Tomorrow. I'm ready. Are you? So engage with us on all social media platforms. Comment, say, hey, shout out, hey, Devin, hey, Anthony, hey, Cheryl, hey, ACJ meetings and events. All right, all of this will appear at the bottom of your screen. So let's get to it. Let's celebrate Outgoing Board. All right, we're so lucky. We're so lucky and we're thankful for our dedicated members who give of their time, of their self to bring great activities and events to our membership. Anthony will highlight that shortly, but first we want to give a big thank you to all of our members and the board of directors who've completed their terms. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. They've touched many with their contributions to the chapter and to the leadership of MPI Potomac. Let's hear what they have to say.
We're here to honor Laura Bobbitt for her service to the chapter. Now, in her day job, Laura works with the meetings and membership team at the American Iron and Steel Institute. Laura has made a heck of an impact in such a relatively short period of time here at the MPI Potomac chapter. She joined in 2015 and just 3 years later was given the Rising Star Award to recognize her for her hard work. As the director of the Certifications and Career Development Committee, she has excelled in updating the CMP exam prep program. Now, this past spring, she was a model of calm under pressure as COVID forced us to take the training program online midway through the course. And we had to host the rest of the sessions virtually. She headed the committee as they converted the whole summer program to an online self-paced learning module. But what really makes Laura stand out is her ability to listen to all the voices on her committee and synthesize that down into ideas and that are deliverable and reasonable. It's that kind of leadership that gets the most out of each of her committee members, and it helps move the whole chapter forward. Laura, we want to thank you so much for all that you've done for the chapter, and I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to work with you. We wish you the best of luck.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Suzanne Lowe. I've had the pleasure of working with Amanda Santiago as her co-chair in Membership, Retention, and Recognition Committee. Amanda is the true definition of leadership. She encourages and motivates her team. She's always available to provide recommendations and give advice. But most importantly, she cares about us and wants to see everybody succeed. It is not a surprise that she was awarded the Chapter Member of the Year in 2016-17 and then received the President's Award in 2017 and 2018. Amanda also set the strategic plan for education in the chapter to include experience, topic, and location. Amanda, it is because of you I became an active member of MPI and aspired to be on the board of directors. I know that this is not goodbye though, because I will be calling you for some advice, for guidance, and of course to get that glass of wine that we've always wanted. And of course, I need to see your baby girl. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. We love you and we can't wait to see you again in the future.
Hi, my name is Yoko Hackles with Meeting Element. I met Caitlin 12 years ago when I was on the membership committee. She was relatively new to the industry and she had just joined the chapter as a student member. So I called her up to introduce myself and invited her to attend her first Potomac chapter of MPI event. Since she joined the chapter as a student member, Caitlin has served as a committee member, committee chair, then board member, vice president of education, vice president of membership, and then finally the chapter president during 2018 to 2019. Her contribution to the chapter didn't even stop during her maternity leave, when she conducted nominations and chapter administration task force while tending to her newborn baby. So clearly, multitasking is one of many things that contributed to her success as a leader. Caitlin is an inspiration to all members, but especially the future generation of leaders. To move and elevate the chapter forward and stay relevant, leadership doesn't necessarily require a big title on your business card or a long, illustrious career in the meeting industry. But instead, what it takes is your willingness to invest the time and effort to learn the ropes of the organization, listen, and inspire others like Caitlin did. So 10 years after joining the chapter as a student member, Caitlin led our chapter to reclaim the title of the second largest chapter within MPI, which is not a small feat. On behalf of the entire chapter of friends and colleagues, Caitlin, thank you for your contribution and leadership for the last 7 years you spent on the board of this chapter. As Margaret and so many others can tell you, Potomac chapter has a funny way of weaving itself back into your life in various ways. So I can't wait to see your continued involvement. But for now, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Where do I start when we talk about Derek? Derek has been a member of MPI for the last 10 years, and he has given his dedicated service to the MACE committee for the last 3, one of which we won Committee of the Year. Derek, on behalf of MPI Potomac, countless industry professionals, and on a personal side, your friends at CACA, we thank you for your years of service, for the great person that you are, and wish you nothing but the best.
Hi, Margaret. I was asked to say a few words to celebrate you and your accomplishments on the board, and let's be honest, saying nice things about you is always so easy. Aside from the fact that you've been such a great mentor to me personally over the years, both at work and within MPI, I know that your contributions to this chapter have been immeasurable. As a past president and longstanding member, you have mentored many people like myself. But this year in particular, you were asked to step in as VP of Education when Amanda welcomed her beautiful baby girl. You stepped in enthusiastically and immediately became an integral part in the chapter's direction. You played a vital role in putting on a fantastic MACE, and during the last few months, which we'd certainly all love to forget, you led the education team in putting on a 3-part web education series, giving us the opportunity to stay connected and continue to learn while some of us were feeling so isolated and lost. You helped our members stay connected to one another, which frankly is what you're best at. Many people in the chapter look up to you for obvious reasons, Margaret, and we're all so lucky to know you and work alongside of you. Congratulations, thank you, and enjoy what's next.
Hey, Amy, just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done leading the communications team this past year, and specifically helping to set me up to be successful in leading the publications committee. It was a pleasure working with you, and really, if it weren't for the awesome committee that you left me with, and just all the organization on the front end to make sure that I had all the resources available to me, I would not have been successful. So, you know, you're amazing, and I attribute the success of my first year on the board to you. So, thanks for everything. Hopefully, we'll see you back on the board or in some leadership capacity with MPI Potomac. You will wholeheartedly be missed. And yeah, just thank you so much. And looking forward to our paths crossing again soon.
And now Anthony Molino, MPI Potomac president, will share our chapter accomplishments for the 2019-2020 year. Here's Anthony.
Good afternoon, members, family, and friends. Does anyone feel like there should be a graduation song in the background as we conclude another fiscal year of the Meeting Professionals International Potomac chapter? It was this time last year we convened in person, if you can believe it, at the Hilton, Washington, D.C. at the National Mall. That evening, I stood at the podium and was handed a gavel from Caitlin Felix. I was the proudest of myself I've ever been, both personally and professionally. Well, until now. Today, I sit in front of you, cropped in a tiny box, representing both my career and my personal brand, and thrilled as hell to have the opportunity to share with you all the reasons why today marks a new highlight. The year started with a thunderstorm, an actual downpour of our first event at the National Arboretum, or as my friends call it, the Tree Museum. The annual Summer Sizzle is designed to introduce the changing of the guard and introduce our new and old members to many different volunteer opportunities. Defying the warnings from the weathermen, the show went on, tallying more than 100 members in existence. If the idea was to foreshadow the devastation that would be 2020, the message was well received. But as resilient and stubborn as we all are in the world of hospitality, we were not going to let a few drops or a torrential downpour stop us from accomplishing our goal and have some fun while we were at it. The finance team, led by Lane West, represents the epitome of what it means to make lemonade into lemons. Natalie Thomas, the director of networking events, went on to design 2 new programs, Kickin' It and Trivia Night. Both events attracted extremely high attendance numbers and showed the chapter that MPI Potomac does not respond well to, this is how we've always done it. Annalisa Berryhill, director of business development, had an extremely hard task, attracting cash sponsorship in a time where all organizations are in a position of cutting back. She and her team developed the new and improved sponsorship prospectus and redefined what the term sponsor care means. Without a strong finance team, this chapter would be in a very challenging position going into the next fiscal year. Thank you to Lane and his team. We will be ending the year under $10,000 in the red, as opposed to the original $60,000. Well, when all else fails, provide more education. The team, led by past president and maternity leave fill-in that never left, Margaret Miller, the education team has had a very busy year. Derek Szymanski, the director of MACE, for the 3rd year in a row, will be checking into MACE rehab following this presentation. Derek once again led the team to another victory by completing a full day of education, incorporating charity, diversity and inclusion, and a vendor showcase at the Hyatt Regency Bethesda. Derek was able to hit his attendance goal, cue the pie in the face, reduce the registration fee for all planners, and meet and exceed the budget. Carrie Donahue, director of professional development, bridged all committees, giving all members access to education to where they can see themselves in it. The PD team produced an array of quality programming with diverse topics and was able to pivot into the world of virtual meetings once the world went on lockdown. I am very proud of this team and encouraged that they chose speakers and content that were relevant and timely, versus focusing on registration numbers. Parties are fun, but education is why we are members. Carrie was also instrumental on adding a Hill Day to GMID. Over 75 MPI and PCMA members had the opportunity to meet with members of Congress and their staff to lobby 3 bills focused on hospitality to be voted on the floor. For those of you keeping track, Team Education planned 8 events, offering a total of 15 possible credit hours to be used towards your CMP. Did I mention these people are volunteers? Have you joined the MPI PCMA, or I'm sorry, the MPI Potomac Facebook group? Or are you following us on Instagram? There's a good chance you are, and that is because of the dynamic leadership of Amy Lippincott, the VP of Communications. Amy and her team of Hillary Howes and Brian Chung have found their inner millennial and introduced the chapter to the new generation of communicating through social media and digital marketing. Brian, who is the Director of Publications, has redesigned how we view the monthly FYI, adding videos, an up-to-date job board, and overall made it member-specific. Active volunteers are highlighted, and sponsors have commented that the new format of FYI and Engage are a more robust means to market. With the help of Hillary Howes, Director of Marketing and PR, the chapter has finally found their voice. Whether it is in support of the industry confronting current events such as COVID-19 and the murder of George Floyd, or expanding its efforts in diversity and inclusion, the team has been able to uncover the raw side of the chapter and open the very large, heavy doors to facilitate open and honest communication. Thanks to the amazing leadership of the notorious SVG, or Shelley Vassar-Gilliam, the membership team is a team of breaking records. MPI Potomac is an inclusive community of meeting professionals who embrace learning, collaboration, and your development. This phrase was created by the direction of Phil Rappaport, Director of Membership Retention and Recognition. Phil lives the mission of MPI and spends his day volunteering to make sure everyone feels welcome and has a seat at the table. This year, the committee redesigned how the Star Awards will be given, wanting to make sure that all those who have made an impact on the chapter and our members are recognized not only at the monthly events, but also at the end of the year celebration. Kat Kimpton, Director of Member Engagement and Community Outreach, made her mission to engage local causes and raise awareness to a variety of charitable organizations. Unlike in the past, she made sure that there was representation at every event and that each member had access to participate and volunteer. This kind of individualized approach lit a fire of charitable encouragement within our members and has shown that Kat is and will be a force within MPI Potomac and the hospitality industry. Finally, no membership team could be successful without a strong leader in membership recruitment. Kristen Douglas showed up. She managed to land in your inbox, attend your parties, arrive via snail mail, all while leaving a positive lasting impression. The recruitment team hosted its first ever organized event at Spin DC, a last minute soiree meant to cater to the naysayers or those on the fence. This event attracted more than 120 people. I must say that it worked because as we tabulate overall membership at the end of the year, MPI Potomac is number one. Number one in the region, number one in the United States, number one in the world with 767 members. This happening in the heart of a pandemic. I'd like to give a major shout out, thank you, and congrats to the entire membership team, specifically Kristen and her committee. Very, 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 very well done. Laura Bobbitt is an anomaly. As a committee member and a co-chair, she swept all the possible awards. Now, as the Director of Career Development, she defied gravity by hosting 4 CMP prep events throughout the year. So much goes into producing these events, from finding CMP certified facilitators to securing in-kind sponsors to host for an entire weekend or for a 10-week course. When COVID-19 hit, Laura and her team were one of the committees directly affected, but no time was lost as they acted swiftly and converted their programming into a virtual platform. To add insult to injury, I pretended to be interested in attending the course if she and her team could add a fully virtual component to be offered in June. After asking some very well thought questions and garnering approval from her team, Laura moved forward and was able to open registration for a new course. This last minute course filled up very quickly, and the revenue brought in made a huge impact in the chapter's overall budget. Laura, I hope you understand the impact that you and your team made into making us one step closer to being whole again. When I took the role as president of the chapter, one of my many visions was to shed light on the necessary focus on diversity and inclusion. I would like to thank member Rhonda Keys for speaking up a couple of years ago at some random E2 during some random reception. Without that reminder, I'm not sure I would have jumped at the opportunity to make D&I my main platform, where in times like today has been a necessary step. Carlos Pelham was the first person to fill the Director of Leadership, Diversity, and Inclusion within MPI Potomac. If you are unaware, Carlos is a past president and could have easily said, "Oh, hell no, I have done my time." But instead, he did not and eagerly stepped back into leadership. During his time back, we were able to move the D&I task force into a committee, create a new board position, conduct hard conversations with members, leaders, and other chapters, and implement a page on our website that is full of resources focused on D&I. As you all know, our chapter was nominated for the RISE Award for Industry Advocacy. I am thrilled to announce to you today that due to our efforts in diversity and inclusion and the implementation of the legislative day at GMID, MPI Potomac is taking home another RISE Award. Carlos and I were interviewed by the committee and are excited to receive the trophy on behalf of the chapter at the World Education Congress in November. We thought over the past couple of years, what can we do as an organization that can better the entire meetings industry? And one of them is to create a one-on-one or group meetings with the Congress and going and actually doing a hill day. Washington, D.C. is a melting pot of all different types of people from all different cultures, religions, race, sexual orientation, and so on. And it was about time that we get that represented into our membership as well as our leadership at MPI.
We went from a task force to an actual board position and committee level position. When we started out creating the D&I task force and ultimately becoming a board position, it was not with the mindset of ever thinking that we would apply for an award for this initiative. It really was about doing what we could do to really sort of foster an environment that was inclusive and truly welcoming to everyone.
I was fortunate enough to get the email when we won, and I lost my mind. A whole like cloud of emotions comes over you because it's like, yes, thank you for recognizing us, MPI, but my team is amazing, and they did this for no other reason but to help their members.
We rise with MPI.
We rise with MPI. Overall, this has been an extraordinary year. I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank some key people in my personal and MPI life that have been there throughout this journey. Caitlin Felix, you're an unbelievable force in this industry, and I am your biggest fan. You have made such a huge difference in how we lead and how we respect each other, both on the board of directors and in the chapter. Congratulations on your amazing ride with Potomac, and all the love to you and Muhammad and baby Sarah. I can't wait to join you in the Past Presidents Club. Melissa Benowitz, Mel B, from frenemy to family. Instead of pushing people away, I should start embracing those who are just like me. I appreciate your mentorship. I respect your history and your knowledge. I want to thank you and MRB for your financial sacrifices to make sure the chapter stays open and healthy. I thank you for your friendship. You always have a place in my heart, but for now, I will need to take a break from you and your Zoom calls. You get that, right? Amanda Santiago, Lane West, and Carlos Pelham. Cocktails, wine, appetizers, retreats. You are three of my most favorite people, and I just want you to know that. Don Young, boss, thank you for your support, and thank you for the support from Choose Chicago. This stuff takes up a lot of time, and it shows on my expense report. There is no way I could have accomplished anything without knowing that you were in my corner. Anthony Margadana. Last year, I introduced you to the chapter as A2. You had no idea what it meant for me to be the president of MPI. I appreciate you, the long trips away, the weird times you walked in the room when I was on another Zoom call with Devin and Mel B, and listening to me vent when things got frustrating. On the other side, thank you for embracing my MPI family and celebrating all the wins and accomplishments with us. A2, when all this is said and done, congratulations on your promotion. You, in my book, are now A1. Finally, to the 2019-2020 Board of Directors, thank you. I said this last year and I will say it again. I picked you for a reason, and I will continue to pick you over and over and over again if you'll have me. MPI Potomac, thank you for a wonderful year, and best of luck in 2020 and 2021. In some corporations, the president and our CEO can take advantage of many privileges. Travel by private jet, weekend trips to the Cape, or even being whisked away to a luxury resort by yacht. While the president of MPI may not be privy to this lavish style, one thing we can do is present the President's Award to a standout residing within our membership. Unfortunately, I still don't know how to use Basecamp. Sorry, Melissa. So I don't have the exact definition of the President's Award, so I will just tell you what it means to me. Volunteering is a choice. While most of us have the luxury of our organizations paying for us to get our membership, what you decide to do with that membership is entirely up to you. The return on investment is getting out what you put in, having passion, putting in the work, making the connections. By doing this, you will most certainly be able to reap your rewards. This award goes to someone who has done just that. When I joined MPI and the board of directors in Chicago, I never made it to the president level, the vice president level. I talk too much, I'm too passionate. I wear my heart on my sleeve. 3 years into my leadership positions within MPI Potomac, I was once again not elected to a VP position. Again, folks didn't think that I was mature enough to lead or that my willingness to sit back and let "this is how it's always done" fly. I don't blame my predecessors. In fact, I want to thank them for reminding me that I have passion and that I'm resilient, and I think change needs when it needs to happen. The person I want to recognize carries these same qualities. And since Cheryl had the opportunity to do some changes with her wardrobe, and I don't have that big of a closet, I'm going to go ahead and do something to help to see if you can recognize who I chose for this award. If you know this person well, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Natalie Thomas, Director of Networking Events and Principal Owner of MTG Hospitality, has an opinion, pushes for change, and tirelessly to provide a positive impact on our members. Natalie applied for the board without even holding a committee or co-chair position within MPI. When we had an opening and her name was floated, I was the only one that voted no. I mean, who does she think she is, joining us sight unseen? Natalie, today, June 30th, 2020, I'm proud to say that I was wrong. Natalie was the brains behind the Stormy Summer Sizzle, worked her contacts to introduce us to Kickin' It, and blew us all away with MPI Potomac's inaugural trivia night. Natalie has had no less than 15 committee members at one time on her committee the entire time she was a board director. MTG Hospitality works with venues to create their events need from the client and vendor side. As a venue manager, MTG does it all: sales, preferred vendors and partners, payments, contracts and calendar of events, leases with venues, outside vendors, external partners, coordination of food and beverage, managing and developing event staff. As a result of COVID-19, MTG Events was hit very hard. Natalie could have easily left her role on the board, I mean, no one would blame her, to focus on rebuilding her company. Instead, she managed to do both: attend all meetings, connected other members with her millions of contacts, reopened her business at the Arboretum, and finished what she started with her planning efforts within the chapter. Natalie introduced us to new venues like Audi Field, the National Arboretum, and City Winery, new caterers like Purple Onion, RSVP, AnyTable, and Street Guy Hospitality, production companies like Pike Productions and Extraordinary Entertainment, the makers of the trivia night video that we will see in a few. It is the knowledge of the industry and the willingness to drive change that I love about you, Natalie. Thank you for everything that you have done this year, and I can't wait to see you again so I can present you with this award in person, gossip with you about the Real Housewives, and polish off a bottle or 6 of rosé. Congratulations.
Wow, what a year. Nothing can stop MPI Potomac, #1 in size, strength, and unity. And to carry on the traditions, it makes us even stronger. We now get to install the incoming board of directors. I welcome to the stage Caitlin Felix, immediate past president.
I am pleased to introduce your 2020-2021 MPI Potomac Board of Directors. Devin Lewis, CMP, CMM, Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Shelley Vassar-Gilliam, CMP, SEPC, AMC Institute. Anthony Molino, Choose Chicago. Hillary Howes, CMG, Encore Decor Design and Production. Sherry Fairchild, CHSP, CHA, Caesars Entertainment. Lane Glaster West, Cruise Lines International Association. Carlos Pelham, CMP, American Gas Association. Annalisa Berryhill, BF Saul Company Hospitality Group. Brian Chung, CTA, Visit Baltimore. Carrie Donahue, CMP, KPMG LLP. Kristen Douglas, Visit Indy. Kat Kimpton, CMP, No Kid Hungry Campaign. Suzanne Lowe, CMP, National Fisheries Institute. Evan Nielsen, CMP, AARP. Alex Plaxton, MTA, Nifty Method Marketing and Events. Phil Rappaport, Agenda Pop Mobile Event App. Lindsay Schottenstein, CMP, CSEP, National Football League Players Association. Natalie Thomas, MTG Hospitality. At this time, I have the pleasure of inducting these talented individuals into their respective offices for the 2020-2021 chapter year. On behalf of the members of the Potomac chapter of MPI, are you willing to accept the trust placed in you by your peers? Do you agree to serve to the best of your ability? Do you agree to abide by the bylaws and policies of Meeting Professionals International and this chapter? Adhere to the principles of professional conduct and ethics, and fulfill all the responsibilities of your particular office? If so, answer, I will. Do you, the members of the Potomac chapter of MPI, agree to support these persons whom you have elected to serve as your officers and board members? If so, answer, I will. I now declare you installed into your respective offices and directorships. My sincerest congratulations to all of you.
Woo! We did it. We did it.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
I think that we need to focus on a couple. People that we met.
We do. There's a little bit of feedback, but I'm sure that Christine will take care of that. We would first like to thank Barbara Hutchinson,
Noelle Pearson,
Jenny Martin,
Christina Sharon,
Evan Nilsson,
Taylor Davis,
Andrew Robinson,
Natalie Daru,
Crystal Hurd,
Luann McFerrin,
Alex Plaxton,
Ann Knox,
Carla Kobos Hull,
Brittany Menina,
Jessica Bradshaw,
Faye Pastor,
Tanya Smith,
Janine Luttrell,
Carla Fernandez,
Miss Kendra Speak,
Daryl Diamond,
Stephanie Ritali,
Maggie Boyes,
Kristen Swinton, and Janice Jackson. And there's one more that we haven't thanked, Devin, and I hate to surprise you with this, but I think it's definitely necessary. we haven't thanked you. And I don't know if you noticed this, but I left you out of my speech because I knew this was going to happen, and I wanted to embarrass you because that seems to be the trend with our relationship. So before I hand you this gavel virtually, I think people need to know a little bit more about you. So Devin Lewis, who will be taking over as president after me, has been in the hospitality world for 24 years. She started as a baby.
I did.
Devin spent 13 years on the West Coast, worked for the House of Blues, Warner Brothers, West Hollywood CVB, and the Beverly Hilton. She moved to the East Coast almost 11 years ago to work for the Hiltons of DC. I also worked at the Hiltons of DC, so you see what's happening here. And finally, her current position as the Director of Regional Sales for the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Devin is a member of MPI, National Coalition of Black Meeting Planners, ASAE, PCMA, and AMPS. Devin is also an award winner. She was the recipient of the MPI Supplier of the Year and Marketplace Excellence Award. And Devin's biggest accomplishment is being the mother of two beautiful children, Dimitri and Amber. Devin joined the board of directors 2 years ago, but has been active in the Potomac chapter for a number of years. If you know Devin, you know she's a driving force in this industry, and if you've had the opportunity to have her on your team, you take it. For those of you who have not had the privilege of serving in the office of the president, you should know that if there's no bond, no close relationship, there is no way you or the chapter will succeed. For me, Devin, you are the perfect candidate, and in my eyes, the only candidate that could balance me out. You are smart, you are patient, you are kind, you are creative, you listen, you speak when you think it's necessary to speak, you let me shine, you let the entire team shine. You taught me to be brave and embrace my loud voice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have come to know that look you give me when I'm talking too much. But I know in your heart, you trusted me to always come through with the integrity of the office of the president. MPI Potomac and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors, or Las Vegas, you know I'm gonna do that because I'm your competitor. I'm always gonna mess up that. MPI Potomac and LVCVA is extremely lucky to have you in the driver's seat. You know, I like a comfy chair, but for you, I'll move any day. I will be here for you just as you were for me. I wish you nothing but success. Now it's time for me to hand over the gavel and watch you do what you do best. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Anthony. Wait. Yeah. Thank you, Anthony.
Look, we get it. You have passed the gavel. Now, don't get me wrong, Anthony, my man. Through your leadership this past year, you have done some amazing things. Let's see here. Largest chapter in the country? Check. How about this? The MPI Award winner for diversity and inclusion. That was pretty cool. That was actually really cool. And you have led during a time where the hits just keep coming one after another. But guess what? You have managed to lead and be successful and make it look so effortless. Choose Chicago is certainly lucky to have you, as is the MPI Potomac, which leads me to my next point I want to make. My industry colleague, my girl, Devin Lewis, who represents for the LVCVA and Las Vegas all day, every day. And she is ready to forge ahead and blaze the trail set by her predecessors and lead this chapter into the coming year. Now, I just realized I've been kind of rude. I didn't even introduce myself. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's John Dornbos, and I know some of you are looking at me going, wait a minute, that's the guy that played in the NFL. Roll clip. Yep, that's right, youth. Good time. Or you might even be saying, wait a minute, is that the magician from America's Got Talent? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a good time too. Or even the show Ellen. And there's probably a lot of you looking at the screen right now going, you know what, I actually have no idea who you are, nor do I really care, so let's just keep this program rolling. And you know what, you're focused on the wrong point. Here's what's important. Our industry has been crushed, and now it is coming back. I'm a keynote speaker, and I have worked with Devin a lot over the years, and I love my job. And I just wanted to take a second to thank all of you for all your hard work. And it's funny because At this time, I don't think any of us have ever been around at a time where our world has been shuffled up so much. But since I told you I'm a magician, I want to do something for you. Now look at this. The clapper, camera 1, camera 2, cut. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. So I want to do a trick for you all right now on where I think our industry was, is, and going. So here we go. Check it out. Cut to camera 2. All right, as you guys can see, I actually already removed the spades to make this trick faster. And now look, before the quarantine hit, my life was in order, rocking and rolling. And now this is how I feel. I feel like my life is completely out of order. Things have been shuffled up. I believe this. It doesn't matter what industry, it doesn't matter who you are. The words we tell ourselves make a difference. Us coming together makes a difference. Having Devin come in as president is gonna make a difference. So let's all stay together and realize that all we gotta do is believe and communicate and put ourselves back in order. That's right. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. Let's put ourselves back in order as individuals. And when we do that and we believe in the process, we communicate. But this right here, this is everybody else. So here's what we got to do. We got to align ourselves. We got to follow the leadership of Devin. And guess what? We will take this industry and put this industry back in order. And it doesn't matter how shuffled up it gets. It doesn't matter how hard it gets. And as you all can see here, I'm shuffling. And guess what? This deck right here is completely out of order, as you guys can all see. But let's believe in ourselves, let's believe in the process, and let's get our industry back in order. Again, congratulations, Devin. We're all so excited for you. But right now is when we all have to come together. We all have to stick to our guns and do what we do and put this whole industry back in order. Just like that. And there it goes. It's going to take all of us coming together, and it's going to be a wild ride. So let's put this whole thing back in order. Just like that. I believe it. With strong leadership and us coming together, we are going to put ourselves back in order the way the industry should be. And I know this is something to be really, really proud of. The quarantine did not stop the MPI Potomac from engaging with its members. Now, look, it's super obvious why. It's the largest in the country with over 760 members. Winner of the RISE Award for Diversity and Inclusion Initiatives. That is super, super cool. Now, Anthony, you have done an amazing job representing Choose Chicago in the MPI Potomac like a total rock star. All right, and now is the big moment, and I got something for you. So one more trick. Devin, this is for you. Here we go. Cut to camera 2. Gotta love this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to use the Ace of Hearts. Perfect. Now let's all face it. There's been a lot of leaders in the past, and they have done an amazing job. Anthony, you're going down in history, baby. Congratulations to all the leaders and the people that have set the trail for Devin. So Devin, with this job, with leadership comes a big responsibility, but we know this, the Queen has arrived, representing everyone from all over, the largest chapter in the country. So with leadership comes responsibility. So Devin, we are all expecting big things out of you and big expectations. We are all super, super excited. And that's it. Let's rock and roll. Devin, we all know that you are going to deliver leadership in every way possible. And big things are expected because we all know how special you are. And with leadership comes a great responsibility, and we are all so very excited for the future. So without further ado, let me be the proud one to introduce to all of you your new incoming president, Devin Lewis.
Good afternoon, family. I'm Devin Lewis, your newly installed MPI president of the country's largest chapter, MPI Potomac. What chapter is that, you ask? It's the one that just won a RISE Award for its diversity and inclusion initiatives. It's the one that has newly created a top-notch virtual CMP study group, and it is surely the one with the best volunteers anyone could ever ask for. As a 21-year member of Meeting Professionals International, I come before you today with a humble heart and a thankful spirit. Since my start in the hospitality industry so long ago, I knew that I wanted to align myself with the best in the business and be a part of something that was bigger than me. MPI has been that vehicle through which I've achieved much of my professional success. I am thrilled to be installed as your president. As the first Black female and the third person of color in this chapter's history, please know I do not take your membership lightly. I will work tirelessly with the board of directors to continue to provide you with top-notch educational content, opportunities to network, and spaces to share best practices. I want to make sure you have no regrets in your decision to become a member of this great organization. I know I have my work cut out for me. Not only has Anthony Molino set the bar high for this chapter, but the effects of COVID-19 on our industry have been devastating, but we will not be defeated. I will share with you 3 ways that you can help support MPI Potomac. First, become a member and get involved. Someone once told me that you can't actively affect change from the sidelines. You must get into the game. Whether you have a lot of time to spare or your commitment window is small and fleeting, just remember, you get out of it what you put into it. And our volunteers are our future leaders, and this chapter is only as good as its leadership. Second, participate in as many events as your schedule will allow. Out of sight, out of mind is a phrase I never want to be mentioned in the same sentence as MPI Potomac. Your participation and willingness to ask questions and give feedback are the things that we use to make sure we are producing quality content and unique opportunities to connect. Please follow us on social media and visit our website, mpipotomac.org, regularly. And finally, donate. Sponsorship is going to look a lot different this year because of the pandemic. Budgets have been slashed and marketing dollars are almost non-existent. But I challenge each of us to think outside of the box and formulate unique opportunities to provide financial support for this chapter. In order to stay fiscally healthy, we must bring in dollars to pay the bills. Whether you have $100 or $10,000, our business development team is eager to connect with you to create and provide a personalized sponsorship opportunity for your organization. As I close, I want to thank Anthony Molino for his amazing leadership and friendship. Don't go too far, my friend. I've got questions. I also want to thank the MPI Potomac past presidents for their words of wisdom and encouragement. I want to thank MRB Meetings and Management for providing the assistance this board has needed to operate effectively and efficiently. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority for supporting me as I work tirelessly as a member of this hospitality community. Definitely want to thank my family, Dimitri, D'Amber, Kenya, Andrea, Angela, Shannon, Venice. Thank you guys for being my hype team and for making sure to sing my praises from the rooftops. I love you all. And to my dearly departed board of directors, Anne, Charlie, Mildred, and Vivian, these are the women who've raised me to be the person I am and who I wish were still here to see me now. To my industry colleagues for the undying support and willingness to aid in my success. And last but certainly not least, the Heavenly Father, who without him, nothing is possible. Buckle up, everybody. It's gonna be a wild and crazy ride. Thank you so much for your attendance, and I look forward to seeing you all in person again soon.
Wow, hasn't this been an awesome event? Thank you so much for being part of our celebration. Thank you to Anthony Molino for all you have done and Devin Lewis for all that you will do. This has been unique. This has been different. This has been phenomenal. But what we are in the meetings and hospitality industry, we are resilient. We could not have done this without Prestige AV and Creative Services, Nate Minor at Nate Minor Music, ACJ Meetings and Events. But I just want to leave us with these thoughts. We're in a different time, but guess what? I think our past leaders and our future leaders will take us forward. We need this energy to set us apart, to let people know meetings mean business, face-to-face meetings. This virtual event, unlike any other I've ever experienced, but I'm grateful for it. But what we do know, to move us forward, to move this industry forward, we need people like Anthony still hanging around, Devin to take us with her team moving forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay calm, we're going to stay focused, we're going to stay encouraged, we're going to stay blessed. Because at the end of the day, MPI Potomac, we're number one. All righty. Thanks for joining us. Social media, don't forget us.